She ruined my life with one lie, and no one believes me. My ex set me up to look like a monster. Now, I've lost everything, destroyed in one message. Everyone thinks I cheated again. What would you do if your ex completely destroyed your life and made sure you couldn't defend yourself? What if your own mother didn't believe you? That's what happened to me. One lie. One perfectly timed setup. And now, I've lost my son, my reputation, and every friend I had left. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted, or dreamed of finally getting revenge on someone who hurt you, hit that like button and subscribe, because this story, it's gonna hit you in the chest. Let's get into it. I didn't deserve forgiveness, but I never deserved this. Last year, I did something I can never take back. I cheated on the woman I'd loved for 8 years, Annie, with a colleague, Jess. There's no excuse. None. It was the worst mistake of my life, and I paid for it with everything that mattered. I lost Annie. I lost my job. And I lost almost every friend I ever had. When Annie found out, she didn't scream. She didn't cry. She didn't ask why. She just vanished. I didn't even know she knew. One day I came home and my things were already gone, neatly delivered to my parents' house. No note, no closure, just silence. I begged her to talk to me. Hundreds of messages. I messaged mutual friends, asking them to plead with her on my behalf. Nothing. I was a ghost in her world. I couldn't even hate her for it. She was the better person. And I was the one who threw it all away. Jess, the woman I cheated with, saw the messages I sent Annie. Yeah, that caused some chaos at first. But then something happened that changed everything. She got pregnant. We agreed to move forward, to try and build something new for the sake of our baby. I committed myself fully. I wasn't perfect, but I was loyal, I was present, and I never once looked at another woman. Even when I still thought about Annie every single night. Then came the setup. It was during the final stretch of Jess's pregnancy. She was just days away from giving birth when I ran into Annie. It was the first time I'd seen her in almost a year. We crossed paths at a shop. My stomach twisted when I saw her. I expected hate, but she was just cold, emotionless. Then she said something strange. She told me she'd found an old keychain, one my grandfather gave me when I was a kid. It wasn't worth anything, but to me, it was everything. She told me I could pick it up the following Saturday. That was just a few days after Jess's due date. I told Annie I probably couldn't come, that I'd need to be with Jess in case she went into labor. But Annie's response? You can get it on Saturday, or it goes in the trash. Cold, calculated. I should have known something was off. But part of me still wanted that closure. Still wanted to see her. Still wanted her to know I wasn't the same person. So I agreed. Saturday came, and with it, my son. Jess gave birth late Friday night. A beautiful, perfect baby boy. I cried when I held him. For the first time in months. I felt something that wasn't shame. The next morning, less than 24 hours after becoming a father, I made what would become the biggest mistake of my life. I went to Annie's house. I told myself I'd just stop by on the way to the hospital. 5 minutes, grab a keychain, say goodbye for good. Instead, she invited me in. She said she wanted to talk. About everything. About how it ended. I sat across from her in that same living room where we once dreamed about our future. We talked. I apologized, really apologized, for everything. And For the first time in forever, I thought maybe, just maybe, she'd forgiven me. She even hugged me goodbye. It wasn't romantic, not for me. It was closure, or so I thought. I left after 45 minutes, drove straight to the hospital to see my newborn son. Only, they wouldn't let me in. The trap had already been sprung. When I got there, the ward manager refused to let me see Jess, refused to let me see my son. She wouldn't tell me why. I demanded answers. I begged. Then security showed up. Told me I had to leave. I panicked. I got loud. I was angry, confused, scared. And then my phone buzzed. It was a screen recording. A message from Annie. Doorbell camera footage. Me walking into her house at 9:30 a.m., leaving at 10:15. The hug caught just enough to look like we were kissing. Alongside the video was a message from Annie, addressed to Jess. Did he even shower? And change his clothes between fucking me and holding his son? Congrats on being stuck with him for the next 18 years. I hope it's everything you dreamed of. My blood ran cold. It was a lie, but it was perfect. No one believed me. Jess blocked me on everything. Her mom, too. Not a single friend messaged me to ask if it was true. Everyone assumed the worst, that I'd cheated again. But I was that guy, the repeat offender, the monster. Even my mom said, "Why would you ruin your life with a baby when Annie was willing to take you back?" That's the most support I've had since. I messaged Annie, desperate for an answer, a reason. She responded once. "I'm not letting you play innocent. You might have deleted our messages, but I didn't." Then she blocked me again. There were no messages, because nothing happened. But it didn't matter. She'd waited almost a year, completely silent. And then struck at the exact moment I had something to lose. My son. And now, I've lost everything. I've met my son once, minutes after he was born. Since then, I've been locked out of his life. Court will take months, maybe longer. And every hour that passes is agony. I know I deserve to lose Annie. I know I made mistakes. But I didn't deserve this. I didn't deserve to lose my child to a lie. To be branded a monster with no trial, no defense, no chance to explain. I walk around every day with a smile that doesn't reach my eyes. My friends look at me like I'm poison. My phone stays silent. My home feels like a prison. And no one believes me. And maybe that's the real genius of what Annie did. She didn't scream. She didn't lash out. She didn't expose me in public. She waited. Waited until I built a new life. Waited until I had something I loved again. Waited until I thought I'd escaped the shame. Then she struck. One message. One hug taken out of context. And she made sure I felt exactly what I made her feel. Helpless, betrayed, and completely, utterly alone. Revenge doesn't always look like fire and fury. Sometimes it's cold, patient, surgical, and when it's executed right, it doesn't just hurt. It changes your entire identity. If this story hit you in the gut, give it a like. And tell us in the comments, was this revenge deserved, or did she go too far? And if you've ever seen a revenge so brutal it left someone in ruins, hit that subscribe button, because we've got stories that'll chill your spine and make your jaw drop. Until next time, don't cheat and don't underestimate someone's silence.